Have you ever been the strong one, the one who holds everything together, the one everyone leans on, the one who shows up, keeps going, makes it look like they have it all under control? That was me. And for a long time, I was proud of that. But here is what nobody saw. In the middle of the night, when the house was quiet and everyone was asleep, I was laying there crying, so quietly, so carefully, because I had been carrying weight inside of me that I did not want anyone to see. And the only moment I could put it down, even just for a few minutes, was when nobody was watching. I was not falling apart, I was just exhausted from pretending I was not. And if that sounds familiar, this episode is for you. Welcome to Mic Check. Let's go. I was watching an interview recently with Simon Sinek. If you don't know him, he's one of the most thoughtful voices out there when it comes to understanding human behavior and why we do what we do. And in this interview, he was talking about loneliness, about a close friend of his who had been struggling, really struggling, going through something dark and difficult. And at some point, he asked her, "Why did you not reach out to me? Why did you not tell me you were not okay?" And she looked at him and said, "Simon, I did reach out. I asked if you wanted to hang out. I asked if you wanted to meet up. I reached out to you multiple times." He had no idea. Every single time she asked, he had a reason. He was busy. He had something on another time, not tonight. And he said yes to those reasons without ever stopping to wonder why she kept asking, without ever hearing what was underneath that question. He thought she was just making plans. She was asking for a lifeline. And when I heard that, I had to stop the video. Because I have been that friend. I have been the one reaching out in ways that feel safe enough to survive a no. "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee? Hey, are you free this week?" Not saying I need you, because what if you are busy? What if I lay myself completely open and you have something on and I have to say, "Oh, no worries, totally fine," while something inside me quietly breaks a little more? So we ask in ways that protect us, ways that give us somewhere to hide if nobody comes. And sometimes nobody comes. Not because they don't love us, but because they don't realize we were asking for more than coffee. That is the gap. The gap between what we say and what we mean, between how we reach out and what we actually need. And it is costing us more than we realize. And then I go on TikTok and I see people trying on dresses, asking thousands of strangers what they should wear, getting ready for a wedding, a birthday party, a night out. And instead of calling a friend, instead of texting a sister, instead of asking one person who actually knows them and loves them, they're putting themselves out there in front of camera and asking millions of people they will never meet whether they look good enough. And I've watched those videos and I used to think, why? You can just ask a friend. You can just call someone who knows you. But now I think I understand it. When the people closest to you keep missing your signals, when you reach out in the small, safe ways and they're busy, when you ask and they do not notice, when you cry quietly at night and nobody hears, you start looking for acknowledgement wherever you can find it. even from strangers, even from a comment section full of people who will forget your face the moment they scroll past. Because here is the painful truth: being seen by a stranger feels safer than being invisible to someone you love. At least with a stranger, there's no history, no expectation, no risk of them knowing you well enough to make the rejection really hurt. And that is the loneliness nobody's talking about, honestly enough. We are not lonely because we have no one. We are lonely because we have people who do not realize they're missing us. And we're living in a time where it's easier to perform for millions of strangers than to be honest with one person who actually matters. Let me tell you how I found my way through it, because I want this episode to go somewhere real. There are no dramatic turning point, no single moment where everything clicked, no person who swooped in and saved me. I just made a decision. I decided to stop waiting for people to notice what I was not seeing. And I decided to start seeing what was already right in front of me. Because here is what I had been missing while I was deep in the loneliness: my kids. I would look at them and think about how much I loved them because I was not fully present in it. I was there physically, but my heart was somewhere else, somewhere in the loneliness, somewhere in the waiting, somewhere in the quiet grief of feeling unseen. And these incredible human beings who love me without condition, without agenda, without even fully understanding why they were right there every single day. And my friends, the ones who are more than family to me, the ones who show up, who dance at any sound they hear, who laugh until they cannot breathe, who knows everything about me and love me anyways, who have been there this whole time. The love was never missing. I was missing it. I had been so focused on what I was not getting that I stopped receiving what was already being given. And the moment I shifted, the moment I started acknowledging the love that was already in my life, instead of mourning the love I felt I was not getting, something opened up. Not overnight, not perfectly. Life doesn't work like that. But slowly, genuinely, the loneliness started losing its grip. And somewhere in that process, I learned something else. Something I wish someone had told me earlier. Stop forcing it. I used to grip so tightly to how I thought things should look, how people should show up, how my life should feel by now. And that gripping, that constant pushing against the current, was exhausting. It was also keeping me from seeing what was actually unfolding right in front of me. Because here's what I know: when you are showing up with intention, when you're doing your best, when you're being honest about what you need, you don't have to force the rest. You just have to trust it. Trust that the timing of your life is not wrong, even when it feels unpredictable. Trust that the doors that closed needed to close. Trust that the things that did not work out were not failure. They were redirections. Trust that something bigger is working in your favor, even on the days when you cannot see it. There is freedom in that. A real freedom. Not the kind that comes from having everything figured out. The kind that comes from deciding you do not have to figure it all out right now. That you can do your part and let life meet you halfway. That shift from forcing to trusting changed everything for me, just as much as acknowledging the love that was already there. I think about this constantly when I think about Cadolescence, the Japanese 5 sense retreat, the space designed to bring people back to themselves, back to their bodies, back to what is actually here right now, instead of what they are waiting for or grieving or scrolling past. Because so many of us are living in a waiting room without realizing it, waiting to feel ready, waiting for someone to notice, waiting for the right moment to ask for what we need, waiting for life to feel like the version in our heads before we allow ourselves to actually be in it. And while we wait, the kids are growing. The ordinary Tuesday dinners are happening. The conversations that feel routine right now are quietly becoming the memories we will reach for years from now. The life you are waiting for is not somewhere ahead of you. It is right here, already happening, already full of things worth being present for. You just have to decide to show up for it. I grew up in a small town with my siblings, and it was the best childhood I could have asked for. We played outside until it got dark. Nobody organized it. Nobody sent a calendar invite. You just went outside and life happened. You found people. You made something out of nothing. You stayed until someone's mom called you in for dinner, and even then you were reluctant to go because you were not ready for it to end. We knocked on each other's doors just because we felt like seeing someone. No text ahead of time. No, are you free? Just a knock. And hey, wanna come out? We had big gatherings, food everywhere, everybody talking over everybody else. Loud and chaotic and warm in a way that I can still feel when I think about it. Nobody needed a reason to be together. Being together was the reason. And nobody was lonely in that small town. Not because life was perfect, but because we were present with each other. Fully, completely, no screens between us. Because connection was not something we had to schedule or perform or ask strangers to validate. It was just life, the air we breathed. And now I smile at a stranger and I get this confused look back, this slightly uncomfortable, who are you and why are you smiling at me look. And I laugh because honestly, it is a little funny. But underneath that laugh, it makes me sad. Because that smile, that simple, free human thing, used to be most normal thing in the world. It used to be how you move through a day, how you acknowledge another person's existence, how you said without words, I see you, we are both here, that matters. And now it is strange. And I think that tells us everything about where we are right now. I want to say something directly to whoever is in their own version of that midnight moment right now. Wherever you are, whatever you are carrying, however long you have been crying quietly so nobody can hear, I see you. The people who love you are not missing you on purpose. They're just human. And human miss things, even important things. Even the people they love most. Especially when everyone is busy and life is loud and nobody stopped long enough to ask how you're really doing. So say it louder. Not the safe version. Not the hey, wanna grab a coffee that means something more. The real version. I am not okay. I need you. I miss you. I have been reaching out in small ways and I need you to actually hear me this time. Give someone the chance to show up for you. One person, one real honest conversation. Because you deserve to be caught. And while you're finding the courage to do that, look around at what is already there. The love that has been in your life this whole time while you were too deep in pain to fully receive it. Your people, your kids if you have them, the friends who checks on you in small ways you may have been taking for granted, the ordinary moments of your ordinary life that are actually extraordinary if you look at them properly. Stop forcing it. Trust the timing. Do your part and let life meet you halfway. This is the life you have been waiting for. It was here the whole time. So here's what I want you to carry from today. Pay attention to the people around you. When someone reaches out, even in the small, quiet ways, even in the hey, wanna hang out that sounds so casual, hear what might be underneath it. Show up. Ask the follow-up question. Be the person who catches people before they have to ask twice. And if you are the one struggling, say the real thing to one person today. Not a post, not a TikTok video asking strangers for validation. One real person who knows your name and your story. Give them the chance to be there for you. And then look at your life right now. Not the one you're building towards. Not the version in your head that will exist when everything is finally figured out. But this one. The people in it right now. The moment happening today that you are rushing through on the way to somewhere else. Stop rushing. Stop forcing. Start trusting. This is not the waiting room. This is your life. And it is already full. Fuller than you know. If you're willing to stop waiting long enough to see it. Before I go, I want to leave you with one question. And I want you to really sit with it. Is there someone in your life who has been reaching out in quiet ways? Asking to hang out? Checking in? Sending signals that you might have been too busy to catch? Think about it. Really think about it. And if someone comes to mind, go to them today. Not with a like, not with a comment, with your actual presence, a call, a message that says, I was thinking about you and I'm here. Because your showing up might be exactly what pulls someone out of their own midnight moment. And if you are that someone, reach out today, the real way, to one person. Drop in the comments, who are you going to reach out today? I will be there reading every single one. See you next time. Bye for now.